Alright, welcome back to a little bit more on the way of my survival let's play. So what do we have? We've got a pretty big map here, right? Unfortunately that's not the map I'm going to need to use there. I looked it up about how to copy the maps. What I've basically come to the conclusion is I need to head north. I think it was northeast or something like that. Not exactly. And the reason I want to do that is to get my supplies of, iron, copper, nickel. I also forgot something else, which is I need to get myself an ender pouch. This is a pretty useful item to get. The gleaming powder. I think there's gleaming ore, right? This was the last mod I actually installed. But they should be. I'm not sure it's going to be in exactly the right chunks. But I didn't load many chunks. The thing about the whole playthrough that I've done is I've actually gone out my way to not load a huge amount of chunks. Emerald for glass pane. Interestingly, talking of glass panes, that's a way to lock a map. Never even realised that. Is there a way to trade directly? Yeah. So 5 glass panes will get me an emerald, or 18 paper. I think we'll just use paper for a minute, because I just picked up a bunch of... wow, our inventory is not looking great. Let's see how much paper I can find in general. Because we may as well get our backpack updated, right? So that should be enough for a little bit more, right? Yeah. All right. I do like that. So, how are we doing on in terms of the backpack situation? Let's see. So think about how we're going to upgrade. Hopefully there's no glitches, right? That'd be annoying. So our backpack, let's take the backpack off. It took me a while to realise that slot. It's so funny. I played with trinkets for so long. I never realised the backpack thing. For like years. It's just kind of interesting. But anyway. So looking at our backpack, and I was right. This mod is the best for backpacks in fabric anyway. It's very lightweight. It works basically perfectly with the. I thought it didn't work perfectly, but it was just me being dumb about it. But it does work properly. So if we go for the bejeweled backpack. What? Isn't that weird? I've got everything. Not sure I'm liking that. That's wrong. Should work, right? I have backed it up, so this if for some reason it deletes my stuff. I'm confident. There you go. Wow, 2 extra rows. Nice. So it didn't let me down. It's maintained my inventory, which is what you want to see, of course. And in it goes into the backpack. Okay. Wow, 5 rows. That's really good, actually. That gives me way more room. All right, so that was definitely worth it. So the next thing we want to do then... What was this? Wow, I got some random stuff. 1 of 2. Okay. You know what I also probably should bring with me? Because I keep on forgetting it. This thing, the brush. I mean, we didn't... I mean, why install the mod if you're never going to take a brush with you, right? But what I wanted to do... what did I want to do? Is basically go to this place where we can get more stuff, right? I've got a bed with me. Like I say, because where we're going is north-northwest. This is... and what's the scaling of this? This is ID default scaling at 1 to 4. So I think it's either 256 or 512. So this map is not going to be useful for us at the moment. Could I make another map of the same scale? I would need another compass, which doesn't need 4 more iron, which I may be completely out of iron, right? I think I'm completely out of iron, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, yes. Alright, but what I do need to get is a bunch of pickaxes, because we're basically going to get a lot more iron in a minute. So in terms of our pickaxe situation, I can keep my blast furnaces here. I maybe do. I was doing a thing here where I put like things I need for Oritech at the bottom. So with a bigger backpack space, maybe we can do something similar. Let's just make sure we're going with a fairly clean inventory. Leave those potatoes there for a minute. I wanted more arrows. Let's do that. Might even have a situation where let me just see. Just in my chair. All right. Oh, we got it right for once. Could I actually? I didn't even get an enchantment table. That was dumb, wasn't it? Should we get an enchantment table? Where's the enchantment table going to go? Not there. Maybe up here. No, I don't like it there either. Let's put it over here. I did have like a plan where I was going to start putting stuff. Because what I thought would be cool is if you just basically have an area for different stuff, and use, like, for instance, an armorer's area. You know, basically you use the villager professions to create different areas with different stuff in it. So you could have, like, you could basically have an area centered around enchantment table, brewing stand, etc. But it might be easier just to not do it that way for now. So what I want is basically, because we're going to be doing a lot of not auto mining, but we're going to basically need to. It kind of is auto mining. So what I probably need to do is let's get like 9, just like a whole row of stone pickaxes. Because then that way we can basically mine a lot, right? So that's 9 pickaxes, right? See, I never actually did that. So, what is the how do I find out where the controls? Advancements. Well, it's on hashtag, is it? I guess I must have got rid of it. Wow. Oh, yeah, I could get this. This is called a water. This is an infinite water bucket. This thing. How are we doing? Not very well. I don't tend to use these that much. These things. These are the regular ones, right? Oh yeah. You know what? I completely forgot about this. Maybe I didn't activate it properly. Oh yeah, it is working. So I'm actually doing slow. Well, it's just very slow to work. So my damage is actually slightly higher than it would be otherwise, but it basically incrementally increases. I completely forgot about it. So it's hashtag. Why are the Blazing Caves not working properly? In the building tab, in the farming tab, in the monsters tab. This is not regular, right? Yeah, there's no way that these are regular. These are Blazing Caves. I always get a bit confused because the regular ones are still in here, right? Like this looks basically regular, for instance. That's true. Yeah, it's a good fuel source, the kelp, isn't it? But anyway, you know what? Let's not get focused on that. So we've got the pickaxes. So what we want to do basically is have like a row of pickaxes at the bottom. Because I was looking through one of my old episodes where I found a really good mining area. Now let's see if that what was it called? It was in things. It's a water bucket, but it's a funny one. Okay. The 3 water. I can't really get it yet. This I think is an infinite water bucket, and this is an infinite empty water bucket. I mean, that looks nice, doesn't it? Does need netherite though. So you can see, and the thing is, the way I've created this is that there's lots of like room for good loot and potentially finding good stuff. So I think we're kind of ready to go, to be honest. We haven't really got, it's not perfect, but I just don't have enough for the map. I really could do, I would love to have another map. I just don't have the iron for it. Obsidian. What's my actual level? 18. That's not very good, is it? I guess we'll have to just leave some of that stuff. There's a bunch of lava down here. The idea was to use the lava generator. We might do that as well. And where to set up the refined storage? I'm not sure with refined storage if there's a wireless thing. It looks like there is though, right? So I should be able to do basically a wireless grid, basically everything that you can imagine most people do with the wireless grid and then the ender pouch. They're basically what you need, like a wireless grid and ender pouch, right? So we want to go north. Is it north? That's right, yeah. Because of our position of our lodestone, right? You know what I could do though? If I had one more iron ingot, did I have 9? I've got 8.